All my judges ready? Carol Shelby once said, "I've always been asked what is my favorite car, and I've always said the next one." Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dorian Clinton. I'll be talking about America's passion for the automobile. For my research side of my senior project this year, I had a strong battle trying to figure out what I wanted to do. So I decided I've always loved vehicles. I've always loved diesel engines. So I wanted to do something on that. So I wrote about the emission systems required by the EPA in the United States on diesel engines and the benefits of a diesel engine. There are many emission systems in the United States. There's DPF, DEF, SCR, and EGR. They all do a different thing to help create less pollutants of the diesel engine because they are definitely not clean. But they come with a strong toll to the consumer. They are high maintenance, very unreliable. There's less power produced from the engine because the engine has to work with that system, and it decreases the efficiency of the motor, or you lose fuel mileage too. There are also a lot of benefits to this engine. They are 25 to 35% more efficient than that of its gasoline counterparts. They do get, on average, better fuel efficiency than that of its gasoline counterparts. They have a very high longevity. They could run for 1 million miles if they were properly maintained. They also produce less emissions than that of the gasoline counterparts. The only emission or only pollutant they create more of is greenhouse gases. For my connection between my research and my product, I've always had a strong passion for automobiles. Ever since I was very little, from probably 3 years old, I was able to identify cars going on the highway, just tell my parents stuff where the point they're telling me to shut up because I love cars. Because you have no idea how much I love cars. So for the product, I hosted a car show this year, November 18th, 2017 at Bailey Chevrolet, downtown Willow Springs. Entry started at 9 a.m., ran until about 10. Entry was free. It was all donation based. And then I took the donations I received. I kept a jar up at the front. People put money in there. And I ended up donating that money to the American Legion, raised approximately $340 and donated about 2 weeks ago to the Mountain Grove Post 30. These are some of the cars from the car show. I had a wide variety from one-off customs to old junkers my friends brought in just because they wanted to be there and be a part of it, support me. I had 2 drag cars actually brought in. The Andrews family and the Raider family both brought in their drag cars, which the Raiders, they drove theirs across town just to be there. It was phenomenal what I had. Even with the bad weather, I had 2 motorcycles show up. It's the disgusting weather we had. And I had an amazing turnout. I also had multiple classes for the awards. I had Best of Show, Best of GM, Best of Chevy, Best of Mopar, Best of Special Interest. I also did a Bailey's Top 3 pick, which John at the end decided he did not. I wanted to surprise him with that, so he's letting me use his car a lot. And I told him about the day of, and he said, "I don't want to do that. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings." So I ended up letting a friend from high school, Jordan, she ended up picking the top 3 picks for that so I could get rid of the plaques. I had a wide variety of donations for door prizes. I had so many at the end of the car show, I didn't know what to do with them. I was just raffling them off left and right, trying to get rid of them because I had hats, autographed hats and posters from Sling Performance out of California, and I also had a brochure for the world's fastest car signed by the president of Hennessy Performance out of Texas that were sent to me. The day of, I had a fellow entry, a guy had a car entered. He brought 15 goodie bags. I also had a radio donated by Kenworth out of Kabul, speakers donated by Extreme Audio and West Plains, along with many other things. I was in shock with how much support I got, how many donations I got for stuff to give away. It was incredible. The trophies were donated by the Southern Cruisers out of Mountain Grove, as well as the plaques. I faced many challenges with this, though. I did not know what went into hosting an event. I had no idea the amount of work that went into it. If I would have known it, I might have picked something else. I'm not sure. But from day one, I procrastinated at first. I'm not going to do it. I got tomorrow, which is something I seem to always do. Always bites me in the butt in the end. I had to learn how to make a flyer, which didn't think I'd be too hard. I thought it would take me about 20 minutes. It took me about 2.5 hours to get one right. then look like trash my mom would approve. Then on top of that, I had to make an event page on Facebook. I actually made a page on Facebook and then made an event page on top of that. So I had a lot of people confused with that. They would like the page and they would follow the event, but there was things only put on one, the event page, or I put stuff on both of them, so people kept messaging me and they were confused with what was going on. I'm like, well, I screwed up there, I'm sorry. Leading up to the event, I had to work around cross country. I was busy almost every Saturday with a cross country meet. I was out of town and wasn't here, so I couldn't host my car show when we had nice weather. I got stuck in the middle of November with very iffy weather. My fingers crossed of, please don't snow. Well, please let me have some decent weather. So the morning of, it was 60, 65 degrees. I was pretty happy with the weather. And by about noon, I was trying to get everybody out of there because it dropped down to low 40s, up to 30s. So I was raffling stuff off left and right, like I said earlier. I was just trying to get people to leave because I know I didn't want my truck sitting out there. I didn't know that people there with a lot nicer vehicles than me didn't want theirs sitting out there anymore. So it was getting me gross. So I also I struggled with getting donations, reaching out to people and saying, hey, I sound like a bum, but can you give me stuff for this? I'm a broke high school kid. I need some help. It went better than expected with that, but it was definitely a struggle for me. And then getting up in front of everybody, raffling stuff off. I got nervous every time I read the numbers off because everybody started looking at me. I get a little shaky. I'm like, oh, if I screw this number up. Ooh. But it worked out in the end, and I had a lot of fun. The fine details of hosting an event. I started having people sign up when I got there, and I didn't assign people jobs. I didn't think that far ahead. Didn't think you need to have certain people doing sign-ups. Make sure your judges are actually going to show up and not bail out 3 days before. So I ended up having people run around with chicken with its head cut off, trying to do all the jobs because nobody's assigned to one specific thing. And I need to give a special thanks. They couldn't make it tonight, but I was going to thank John Bailey for letting me use his car a lot. I wanted to thank Danny Melton Southern Cruises for everything he donated to me. And him being more of a mentor than my mentor was to me. Do my judges have any questions?
What would you do different next time than you did this time?
I would make sure it was warmer weather and host it in like August instead of waiting until cold old November when winter was right around the corner. I would watch the fine details, make sure people had a specific job instead of me trying to judge and trying to sign people up, me trying to tell people how to do stuff because I had no clue what they were doing. There wouldn't be a lot of things I would change, but there would be some fine details that needed to be worked out for it to work better next time.
Can you do another car show in the future?
I think I would do it again. I definitely think I would. I mean, I won't be able to next year. Of course, I'm going to college. I'm going to be living 2.5 hours away. But I think in the future, I definitely would consider hosting another car show. I think it's a lot of fun. The only thing I don't like about it is I want to run around with everybody that's got their vehicle and trying to show my truck off. I can't do that if I'm hosting the event. And I'm real loudmouth show off and I want to show off. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But I think I would definitely do it again.
You said you were going off to college. Where are you going and what are you planning on doing?
I'm moving to Missouri to go to State Tech. For my first year, I'm going to do industrial electricity, which is basically be an electrician. And then I want to switch over to EDS, electrical distribution systems, to be a lineman. I'm going to do that for 2 years. Graduate with an associate's degree and hopefully get a job on the co-op down here at home.
I was skimming your paper here real quick before you started. Here it says the EGR system is designed to keep internal combustion temperatures lower to reduce the amount of nitric oxide the engine creates. Can you tell me how this, I just skimmed it real quick so it may be in here, but how does that lower temperature affect that?
You know, honestly, I'm going to sound like an idiot, but I wrote that paper at the very beginning of the school year and I don't remember now. My parents would even tell me like, hey, you need to look over this stuff. That stuff, writing that paper, I didn't realize how many big words, how many things would be so far over my head I wasn't understanding what I was writing. It was a real struggle writing that paper. I definitely learned out of it, but I didn't learn as much as I probably should have. it's hard. It was hard for me to read. The research was just, I feel like I need to be a rocket scientist to do it. So I'm sorry I can't answer that. It was a struggle.